A gang of bullies shoved a giant cockroach into my mouth. To keep me from spitting it out, they held my mouth shut. I had no choice but to endure it, crawling and biting inside, until I finally swallowed it down. The bullies saw how I never fought back, and only got crueler. One girl pulled out a poisonous spider and placed it on my head. I felt it crawl down my cheek and burrow into my ear. The pain was unbearable. I jumped up and ran, but they didn't stop tormenting me. To pin me down, they hammered nails through ropes into the ground, fastening my arms and legs. Then they dumped a pile of leeches onto my face. They swarmed over me, draining my blood. The more terrified I became, the more excited the bullies were. But this kind of abuse had long become routine for me. Day after day, I lived in its shadow, my mind twisting more and more. Then came the day that changed me completely. The same girl approached me, acting friendly, apologizing. She said from now on, I'd be part of their group. Naively, I believed her. She led me to a secluded forest where the bullies told me I had to enter a creepy cabin alone. They said it was my final test. I thought if I went in, I'd finally have friends. What I didn't know, a deranged killer lived in that forest, and that cabin was his home. The bullies wanted to see if the rumors about him were true, so they sent me inside. When they heard me scream, they panicked and ran. They didn't call the cops. They didn't tell my family. They pretended nothing happened. I was taken prisoner by the killer. Day after day, he tortured me body and mind. Strangely, though he murdered countless others, he didn't kill me. Instead, he kept me alive, tormenting me, as if grooming me to be his apprentice. He told me my parents never loved me, that I'd been missing so long, and they'd never even looked for me, that staying with him was my only option. Over time, his brainwashing took hold. I lost all sense of myself. One night I managed to escape, but by then, I had no hope left in anyone. My parents didn't care. School was hell, so why not stay with him? Learn his ways. One day, maybe, I'd take revenge on those bullies. From then on, I trained with the killer, building my strength, learning how to kill, even forcing myself to eat raw flesh. As the years passed, my mind grew darker. One day I found an old stack of newspapers, and the truth hit me. When I disappeared, my parents had searched everywhere. They put out missing posters. They traced me all the way here. But when they finally found the cabin, the killer murdered them and destroyed their bodies. All this time, he had lied to me, brainwashed me with falsehoods. When I realized it, I snapped. I swore to avenge my parents. I tied him up, hung him over a boiling vat of oil, and when it bubbled hot enough, I dropped him in alive. Afterward, I stayed in the cabin, taking everything he'd left behind. I was ready to settle the score with those bullies. I skinned his charred flesh, fashioned it into a grotesque mask, and that night, I became the monster.